common denominator.
And I need all of you to stop what you're doing and listen.
Let's talk about something important. Put that coffee down.
I'm not here to waste your time.
Where else you gonna have this much fun?
You the man. You the man.
Todd Father.
Show me the money.
What I've been doing, had to triple my bag. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Wow. Had to triple my bag. Yeah. Had to triple my bag.
60% of the time, it works every time.
That doesn't make sense.
Well, it's no trick to make a lot of money. All you want is to make a lot of money.
Hey, what's going on? Who's your daddy? That's all I can say. I've been talking about Bitcoin heading lower to preferably through 98K. We did touch briefly below 100K. I saw it maybe just for a minute. We're back here at 101,320. Ethereum, I said 3,350 probably should be taken out. We're at 3,300. The low there was what? Around 32.55. 100 through that 33.50 low. You can see here I'm trying to count some type of WXY if you do any Elliott wave theory. But as you know, I'm strictly Wyckoff. I own the original institute. But I do like throwing some Elliott wave on, maybe just to give me an idea of the depth or length of rallies, corrections, etc., and where we might be in the Elliott wave count. Looks like we've been in some type of correction. Obviously rolling over. I've talked about the Bitcoin technometer calling the last 5 highs. I've got a lot of alarms on here, so the chart looks a little confusing. Let me go to a chart where I don't have all of those. All right, that's a little cleaner. Again, I don't know, I mentioned in the Patreon Discord, patreon.com/learncrypto, that maybe we need 5 waves down from that 116 high. That would mean maybe we completed 3 down just a little bit ago or sometime today, tomorrow. Then we have a brief rally for a day or two, and then we come down one more time. So we will look for that. But you know, I'm going to talk about the technometer, which measures intraday 5-minute volume and lets me know when that's climactic for some type of selling climax or something. And technometer, you can see here 43.4, not coming down to any type of oversold after being overbought 5 different times, where volume really wasn't coming in to support the rally. And now here's Ethereum, 42.93 on the technometer. So no help there either. So again, it looks like still lower. Yeah, tag, it's easy. I mean, I wasn't bullish at the highs. I was nervous not being long, but I felt like that everybody was just too bullish. So let's go over a few more crypto before we look at any stocks. ADA, Binance. Still got this bullish divergence I'm showing with the green arrows. As soon as the OP loads, you can see the OP definitely turning down hard here the last 2 days. So price is still trying to hold. I know I mentioned we probably need a spike through that 50 level before you could get too excited. Elliott wave maybe could still call that a wave 4 ending. So you'd have another strong rally coming. Technometer 40.6. So again, a little lower maybe in ADA. I think I'd still wait for 38 because I don't think 40 is usually for a bull market, and that is not a bull market chart in front of you. So I still think a little bit lower. So Dash, strong performer, unchanged for the day. Not much to add. That one looks like still would go higher if the general market turns higher. So That's a wild one. But Decred, one that we used to trade years ago, back in 2016, 2017, because we knew one of the developers. I don't think he's been around for a while, but that one we'll talk about here when we bring up the bubbles. And here is here's ZEC. Same type of thing, spiked higher earlier, came back down a little bit for the day. Technometer 45.37, volume sideways. So maybe you could buy those when I get bullish on Ethereum, but risk could be high that maybe everyone decides to leave privacy coins and go back to the coins that have been performing much more worse. So be careful with that, even that idea. But I'd jump on them, and trail some stops or something. So while we're talking crypto, let's go in there and talk about BMNR. I mentioned there in my stock Discord at wyckoffsmi.com that it was around 43.70, I believe it was, 53.70, that I was lighting up on positions. I had for clients maybe small profits, small losses. I think I bought some even at 55, so I took some small losses thinking that, again, if Bitcoin went to 98, these things would come under pressure. They have. We're down here at 40.46. Technometer is knocking down here at oversold, but again, the chart don't look the best here. Looks like we want to spike that low at 39.70. I would think before we can turn things around. So I'm still on the sidelines. Same thing with SBET. Let's bring that one up and spread it out so we can see it. Same type of thing there. We were around, the day we gapped higher, 1470, I said I would slide out. We're sitting here at 1217. Technometer, no help, 47.86. So the only reason I'm going to buy these, again, if I get bullish on Ethereum. Coin is down to near oversold again, 38.16. I saw it below 38 earlier. The last oversold reading was the opening on the 17th of October. That gave us a rally up to 365 where I said to sell. Momentum did get long this one. That's what the purple arrow is. Probably be selling tomorrow morning's opening. Obviously, momentum's turned lower. But again, I'm following the technometer here. So coin, I think, close to a low, but not there yet. MicroStrategy, same type of thing, was trading right below 300. They're opening on the 17th. We're sitting here at 252. They're ringing out the premium on this thing. You can see volume trending lower, not looking very well, but that one I'll pick up as well here soon. And I mentioned cores because Yannick not in here at the moment. I thought this one was going to scream higher, and I did take small profits on the day when we opened higher and made small profits. We have come under pressure today. That's one probably, I'm guessing, still will scoot higher once Bitcoin acts better. What's up, Joel? So none of those look the best. NBR is one I mentioned. Oil, that one pulling back a little bit. That one looks much, much higher. If you're new here, you can check this out. Volume hitting new lows, price hitting higher lows. Why we jump and do a backup. That's a classic Wyckoff setup. That's why I was on that here at 37.22 and also up at 40.80. And I would think oil stocks, I mentioned it, XLE, USO, have a bunch of sell volume coming in while price is holding. So I think oil turns higher, XLE turns higher, USO turns higher. NBR probably leads that rally. But any oil type stock I probably would be on. So, and here's that same thing in XLE. You can see volume trending down, the blue line. That's the Wyckoff optimism, pessimism 5-minute indicator that's available for TradingView if you want to purchase. The technometer was oversold. Those are the green highlights. So XLE, especially if we get back above that 88.50 level, I think it's probably clear sailing ahead. But acting pretty well today, recovering some pretty good losses at the opening, but looks well. What's up, Jasper? What else here? In the Discord free area, I did mention, here's one that looks like it just wants to continue higher. Sell volume coming in here the last month and a half. Price going through resistance. Recovered the losses this morning. Earnings are Thursday, so if you do this one, do your own research. High risk going into earnings. Not sure if I'll buy before or after, but that's one I'm looking at. Merck is another one. Jumping it back up. There is no divergence, so not as good a buy. Didn't get down below oversold, but if you just look at Wyckoff labels, we got a jump and a back up after some accumulation. So I'm going to give this one the benefit of the doubt if it stays above 82. PLTR did talk about maybe institutions would use that as a sell signal. That could be it. That could be it up the rest after distribution. That thing's trading at a stupid high PE. So if that one can't right itself here, that might be distribution. So we'll have a sign of weakness, maybe come back down in the middle of the range, back there at that 170 level, and then sell any rally above 170. Let me link that Discord real quick. WyckoffSMI.com. Let me grab that real quick. If not, you go to the store, you go to the Pro Trader Stock Discord. If you're a member of the Crypto Discord, you can get in for only 20 bucks a month. If you're not a member of the Crypto Discord, you got to pay 40. So just something trying to help out the members in the Crypto Discord that have probably been around forever with us. Let me grab that. There's a free area there as well where I post quite a bit of stuff, so no reason not to join the free area. If you want detailed information, join the paid area, 20 or 40 a month. So appreciate it, Jasper. So that's really, if we go back to stocks, the Dow setting here down 263. You can see here, oversold readings in the Dow have caught all the recent lows. We're setting at 45, so no reason to think we're making a low today. We do have new highs in price, not in volume. That's a little bit worrisome coming off that high. So I still think stocks can work a little bit lower. If we look at the SPY ETF, nothing really to add there. Technometer did come close to oversold. Most oversold we've been in for months, but nothing earth-shattering there. Tesla, I keep talking about, I think could lead us higher or even outperform the general market now. That one coming off today, but that's when I want to be a buyer when I'm bullish on stocks in general, which I'm not really. NUGT, Nugget, 2x of the miners. I told you I did cover my shorts on the miners at the close, not a nugget, but somewhere really, I think it was on the close of the 28th. I thought maybe we'd have an ABC higher. And if you look at GDX or GLD, we worked near oversold. That's why I covered. This chart here don't really give you any reason to think we're going to bounce. Again, if you go to GDX, we got little divergences. Not as strong here. Hold on a second. And that was the day I sold. And actually I bought because I was short and took losses on that day because I didn't think we would break much lower. I wanted to see rally up to 76 or so to re-enter my shorts. But GLD, new volume low. Now here it's really moving together. So Technometer is, the day I covered Technometer was near 38. You can see that 39 at the close. So that's why I covered thinking, again, sideways to higher before more lower. I still think you can see lower in the metals. So I'm going to try to sell short a rally. That's probably all that I've got. Any more questions? Let me look over. We're also broadcasting to Twitter and Facebook. Let me see if there's anybody asking questions over. I don't see anything on Twitter. Bitcoin 101. Again, I still think, I think Bitcoin has still lower to go. Hate to not try to nibble on the longs, but I just don't have anything close to a buy yet. And again, if we're looking at Wyckoff, I mean, that looks like up thrust after distribution. Technometer called all those highs. And then really, you know, a lot of times you place automatic reaction or come down here and place something here. So but definitely looks like a sign of weakness, last point of supply, and we're headed lower. I did do a point and figure chart. That was pointing as low as 85,000 to, let me think about that for a second. 85 to 95,000 on a point and figure chart. So the mid-range of that would be 90. So that's something, again, I don't know if we can get that low, but for right now, I still think you got to be on the sidelines. I mean, the problem is saying that we'll go to Bitcoin, we'll go to another new high. I mean, that's easy to say that. I mean, all I can do is try to pick a bottom and then see how the rally looks. I mean, I thought we could try to get a new high out, and maybe I'd still like to see stocks come under major pressure and then see if they could get another new high out. But I just don't know. I want to look to try to pick a low risk low, see how the rally looks. ARC block, ARC. All right, here's ArcBlock on Coinbase. Look at that one real quick. Pretty solid downtrend. New low for the move, looks like today or right at it. Technometer really following price, so not much to add on ArcBlock. Yeah, I don't think, I mean, alts I think have lower to go here in the next few days, but I don't think you want to sell them here. And did we already make the major high, you know, in Bitcoin and we're done for a while? I mean, I don't know. I guess you can say that. The government shutdown's definitely stopping some of the money flow, and no one's been worried about that, it seems like, yet. I mean, maybe that's going to come into stocks here if we get the shitty close. So I don't think it's good. Stocks are definitely overpriced. What I read today, PE ratio is knocking on 40. That's only happened in late 1999, I believe. So that says that stocks have sideways, really poor returns for the next 10 years. I'm going to agree with that. I think you got to slide to emerging markets. I've said that back in April when I did the video that's on YouTube if you want to check it out. Or you probably go to value stocks. So I'm not sure you do that today. I'm not sure you do that next week, but I think you, longer term portfolios, you got to be switching them emerging markets and value, maybe a little small cap value, etc. Or you're going to wake up in 10 years and wonder what the hell happened. And if emerging markets goes higher, as I mentioned in the YouTube video, I mean, that's more, I think, what Bitcoin would follow. So Bitcoin could still dramatically, on a relative basis, outperformed the SPY. So probably still could throw some Bitcoin in there. But I do think, I think you need to join the Patreon and try to trade, because I think you got to put some money in your pocket instead of just hoping that we're in continued bull markets on stock and crypto, because I don't think that's really the case. Here's crude oil. Again, something I think maybe 5 waves up, WXY down. That's what I was calling when I was bullish down there at 57.30. Would have loved to have seen something down at 59 or so. But any strength here, once again, starts to turn this chart, I think, higher. So I got alarm set on many things. So that's what the dotted dash lines are, alarms. So if stocks would wash out, I think some of the momentum stocks we follow would be extremely good purchases and try to catch the next rally. But, we're not far off the highs. But there's lots of stocks that could turn momentum higher, while these high flyers we have had turn lower. So stay posted on Momentum Stock Scan. Stock like a Merck. Merck could turn around and start getting above 89, 91, 92, starts looking like momentum higher. So those are some stocks that haven't done well that could start to outperform. Then we're going to see how this NTRA, I don't know if that's, if you look at that chart, that sure looks a little pork blastery. So, earnings on Thursday. Yeah, the Russell's still doing pretty well, so. Again, that's probably a place for outperformance. Not that it won't take some wood, but probably will outperform being long Mag 7 and AI, etc. NTRA is the one in front of us. So again, I would love to see earnings come out and be decent. Stock pull back a hair, and then I think you'd want to maybe try to jump on that. But that's more for the paid stock Discord. And Bitcoin below 98, technometer down below 40, I'd start to be more interested. If we look at, I posted this on Twitter, so maybe a lot of you have seen it. If you look at Ethereum ETF, this is the largest Ethereum ETFs. You can see oversold levels worked pretty well, but the last buy was last Wednesday. That has not worked. That's kind of maybe telling you the trend's a little bit tougher here. So we're going to watch that. Bitcoin ETF, same type of thing. The last buy was October 13th, and that's not working. You got volume and continued distribution. So it looks like professionals and OG whales selling into retail, which makes sense. Retail came in at the wrong time, was offered the ETFs, jumped on them. People, I had the same thing. I had people that laughed at me at Bitcoin 3,000, 5,000, 10,000, hell, even at 16,000 after the major break. And but at 105, 110, 120, they all wanted to be long Bitcoin. So we gotta slap those people and throw them out with losses, and then let them buy the next new all-time high break. You're welcome, Jasper. Thanks for watching. There's no way you can look at those charts and be too excited at the moment. So we are oversold here on the Bitcoin ETFs. Again, so that's something to watch, but I can't jump on anything today. That possibly will change, but for now, that's where I'm at. Let me run my disclaimer. I do manage stock portfolios at Schwab, crypto portfolios with a trading API.
There's a high degree of risk involved in trading stocks and cryptocurrencies. Our thoughts and ideas are for entertainment purposes only. Please consult your personal advisor or do your own research. Past results are not indicative of future returns.
No more questions. I'm going to head out. So Nick and I probably here tomorrow around 2. Bitcoin 100,000, 920. Ethereum 32.75. I'm on the sidelines looking for lower. Stocks I think could still drain lower as well. Dow down 312 at 47,000. SPY 675 down 830. NASDAQ 23,367 down 467, and I believe that's the low of the day. So we got an hour and 15 minutes to go. So let's look for lower. I'm going to run a quick commercial at the end of show recording, then I'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for joining.
Do you personally invest or trade stocks? Then you'll want to gain access to our private Discord channel. By subscribing to our pro traders at wyckoffsmi.com, you'll receive individual stock suggestions based upon the Wyckoff method, review possible trade setups, as well as receive emails when any trade suggestions are given. But if you're too busy to manage your own stock portfolio, consider our private client group at our registered investment advisor, Black Bay Capital Advisors. You'll get the personal touch while we manage your stock portfolio for you through the trusted custodian, Charles Schwab. For an annual fee, you'll have more time to enjoy life while we focus on growing your portfolio. We'll be on the same side of the table, working to help you secure your long-term financial goals.